Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
Why HANAN is crying over EOCO'S new attack. And this is exclusive. We all know Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba, don't we? The former boss of NAFCO, aka Buffer Stock. It was established about 16 years ago. March 2010 was when the Buffer Stock was actually established in this nation. 7 years later, he became the boss. Oh yes. In 2017, he became the boss of the National Food Buffer Stock Company, NAFCO. Not many Ghanaians understand what this is. But look at the catchphrase down there, the hashtag. It says, safeguarding food for the nation. This buffer stock thing was the same thing Joseph did in the Bible in Egypt. What did he do? In bumper harvest, he gathered all the food, stored the food for the rainy day. And when droughts came, hunger came, he opened up the barn and allowed people to now eat. People came from all nations to come and benefit from that. This guy probably did not understand that he was the Joseph of the generation. Or better still, he was supposed to be the Joseph of the generation. This is Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba. Now, let me take you through empirical facts. Let's look exactly at what the buffer stock is all about. Run the dossier and see. My brother, my sister, watch this. The National Food Buffer Stock Company, NAFCO, has 4 core functions designed to protect local farmers, stabilize food prices, and guarantee Ghana's national food security. Hey, my brother, this guy was even bigger than the president of Ghana. He was supposed to be, but he probably didn't see it. Number 1, price stabilization and floor pricing. Guarantee minimum price, GMP. NAFCO meets with stakeholders every harvesting season to set a standard floor price, low price for key crops like maize, rice, and soya beans so that nobody would go beyond that price. Anywhere in Ghana and everywhere in Ghana, beans will sell the same amount, rice will sell the same amount, maize will sell the same amount. Did we achieve that? That is what is called a floor price. Now, protecting farm gate value. This pricing mechanism prevents private middlemen from buying crops at exploitatively low prices when there is a market surplus or a bumper harvest. That's what it means. So when there's a bumper harvest, people would go into the market and then they try to buy these things low and later sell high. No. They are supposed to give them the ceiling price. The first one is the floor price. Now this second one is the ceiling price. You can't buy the crops beyond this or below this amount. Now, income security, it guarantees local farmers a reliable return on their investment, encouraging them to keep farming in subsequent seasons. This is buffer stock. Number 2, post-harvest loss mitigation. Grain mashing, mopping up. That's by NAFCO. NAFCO actively purchases excess grains from local farmers during peak harvest periods when supply outstrips immediate market demand. So they buy more in case there's so much harvest and there's plenty tomatoes out there. They buy the excess and keep that, waiting for the rainy day. The same thing Joseph did in Egypt. Scientific preservation. Now, the company stores these grains in specialized temperature-controlled warehouses across the country to prevent spoilage, pest infestation, and rotting. And finally, releasing stock. Now, during the lean season, underline that. The droughts, when people are hungry, famine, like in the Bible, Joseph, my brother, then they will release the food. Alodeba probably did not see the power that he was holding. Flip. Now, the final one is management of national strategic reserves. And that's important. NAFCO is legally mandated to maintain a permanent emergency food reserve for the government of Ghana. Permanent food reserve. Under no circumstances should there be any shortage of food in Ghana. And that is the mandate of NAFCO, established in March 2010. Now, disaster response. Now, this reserve is heavily relied upon to feed citizens during national crises, such as droughts, floods, or unexpected border closures. And finally, national security. Now, the reserve ensures the country remains self-sufficient and food secure without having to rely entirely on immediate foreign food imports during global emergencies. This is a powerful thing. Public institutional supplying. And this was where the alleged criminal activities happened. Here. Now, buffer stock or NAFCO operates as a primary distributor of food commodities to all public secondary schools under the free SHS program. That's the work of Alodeba. Via the NAFCO. State agency supplies. It supplies stable foods to other government institutions, including the Ghana Prison Service, the Ghana Armed Forces, and public hospitals. Promoting local industry by law, NAFCO prioritizes purchasing from Ghanaian farmers to fulfill these large-scale institutional supply contracts. This is NAFCO. Hey, I'm glad we have gone through this. Now let us look at what my very good friend Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba did. In 2017, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo put him there. He was one of the most qualified. He came all the way from the Upper East region in the Boku area. We have told you so much about him. My brother, my sister, he grew up in poverty. Stark poverty. Now he got the opportunity to serve his nation. So young. And he got into it. He saw loopholes. My brother, my sister. And EOCO came out after his service to say how much he was able to accumulate illegally, steal, allegedly, from the people of Ghana. The matter went to court. It was dragging. And EOCO looked at it and said, you know what? Ghanaians need a speedy trial. If we want to continue with this, it will take another 20 years. We are not interested in the case. We have dropped all charges against you. And he was happy. Attorney General withdraws all charges against accused persons. Abdul Wahab and his wife, Faiza Wuni, in ongoing prosecution. They probably were getting ready to come out and go to their malam and thank him for all the sacrifices and prayers. Right at the gate, they were arrested again by EOCO. Former NAFCO CEO Hanan Abdul Wahab and his wife re-arrested moments after being discharged for allegedly stealing over 78 million. So, the jubilation was short-lived. EOCO took them in again and started questioning. In no time, they got bail, went away, and now there is a new summons. A new one. My brother, my sister, and many Ghanaians have seen it. But how many Ghanaians have looked at it properly? What is the X factor? What is behind the scene? We have it here. Ex-NAFCO boss, Hanan and wife back in court after 20 charges of alleged theft, fraud, and money laundering exceeding 60 million. And this is 17th May, only yesterday. Okay? This is Hanan and his wife. Today, we're going to tell you what you have never heard all your life. This is where all the exclusives are. Shall we go into it? Now let's look at the summons. So you would see that we have it and we have taken our time to read it. My brother, my sister, and this is what is in the courts. It's flying in the courts. Now watch this. Hey, it was filed on the 15th of May, 2026. Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Prosecutions Division, P.O. Box MB60, Accra, in the Supreme Court of Judicature, in the High Court of Justice, Accra, AD 2026. And this is the docket number. Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodiba, the Republic versus Hanan, and then Faiza Said Wuni, first and second accused person. Now you realize that all the companies have been dropped, and it is very, very strategic. Now, in the first one, all these ones were added, and it would have taken so long for cross-examination. All the companies opened by Hanan allegedly would have to be present time after time, and it will be long. My brother, my sister, Capo di Tutti Capi and his EOCO decided that no, Ghanaians want a speedy trial. That was the reason they dropped it and grabbed him again and grilled him again. And this time around is 89 million Ghana cedis more. Hanan is only 39 years. Now watch this. Statement of offense, defrauding by false pretense, contrary to section 131 of the Criminal Offences Act, 1960 Act 29. Particulars of offense. Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodiba, 39 years old, that you, sometime in 2017 in Accra, in the Greater Accra region, and within the jurisdiction of this court, did by false pretenses obtain from the National Food and Buffer Stock Company Limited a sum of 734,400 Ghana cedis. The same being the Ghana cedi equivalent of 127,500 United States dollars only. That's 127,500 US dollars purportedly for rent covering the period May 2017 to May 2019. Count 2, and please, we're going to explain this in a bit. Count 2, statement of offense, willfully causing financial loss to the Republic, contrary to section 179A3A of the Criminal Offences Act 1960 Act 29. And then, my brother, my sister, it goes on and on and on. Dash it away. Now let us go into the summary of the whole thing. And we'll tell you things that are not here. Now, Hanan is a 39-year-old guy. In 2017, when he became the boss, so young, he was given an opportunity to serve his nation. But from what prosecutors are saying, he blew the opportunity. He flunked it, my brother, my sister, and used it to enrich himself illegally. Can I tell you more? Now, Hanan, in 2017, according to this rate, was picked up by the president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and he was made the boss of the buffer stock. And when he went there, 2017, he quickly said he needed accommodation. And the people of Ghana said, okay, no problem. We'll give you accommodation. He said he got accommodation. He had gone to East Legon. He had gone to other places, Airport Hills, and he finally ended up at a place called Chain Homes. And he had rented a house there, situated on plot 2.51. My brother, my sister, Chain Homes is at Chado. It's a very luxurious place. The president lives there. Sami Jemfi lives there. Can I take you through? Let's fly a little bit over the heads of the people living in Chain Homes. This is Chain Homes. My brother, it's not for the poor. It's not for me and you. No, forget it. Watch this. Hey, this is Chain Homes. Look at the entrance alone. It's like Queen Elizabeth's mansion. Look at these guys. They are working every second. No light goes off there for even 10 minutes. They will come and fix it. This is Chain Homes. built very, very well. My brother, my sister, look at the chandelier. Look at the exquisite nature of the caboodle. My brother, watch the seats. Watch what you are watching. Hey, this is Chain Homes, my brother. And we got this from their official site. My brother, my sister, it's not for the poor. This is where Alodeba decided that he wanted to live. And of course, living here is not cheap, my brother. But the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, understood that he had given him a yeoman's job. Dash it away. Yeoman's job. He was the Joseph of the land. So whatever demands he made were met so that he'll be able to deliver. So plots 2.51. He was there, and each month he was paying 5,000 American dollars, an equivalent of about 50,000 Ghana cedis. He stayed there for 2 solid years, 2017 all the way to 2019. And he ran to the president. Mr. President, I've lived in Chain Homes for 2 years now. I need my money to be paid back to me. It all amounted to about 127. My brother, my sister, 1,000 American dollars. 127. Do the mathematics. $5,000 a month times 24 months. What would you get? You get about 120. But in all, whatever they added in there, it came up to about 127. My brother, my sister. And he took all that money. Unbeknownst to the president of the republic, Hanan was actually living in a government bungalow at North Ridge. He was not at Chain Homes. It was a government bungalow, according to prosecutors. My brother, my sister. And he lied to the people of Ghana that he was living in Chain Homes and was paying 5,000 American dollars a month. When investigators went to the place and looked at the place, they realized that at the time that Hanan even said that he was living at plot 2.51 Chain Homes, there was no house there. It was just land. Plot 2.51 started being built in 2019. Hanan said he was living there from 2017 all the way when the place was only bare land. Maybe he put a tent there and was living there. It's still Chain Homes. If you live in a tent on the plot, once it's Chain Homes, it is still worth 5,000 American dollars, isn't it? Now watch the interesting thing here. Hanan now decided that he would buy a house at Chain Homes. And it cost him 1.58 million American dollars. And with Chain Homes, you identify the plot, pay front money, so they will build the house for you. So Chain Homes started building the house in 2019. My brother, my sister. And he turned round. His house at North Ridge, which was a government house that he was living in, and lied, according to prosecutors, that he was in Chain Homes. He turned around and bought that house for $800,000. Is it clear? The facts are all here. According to what prosecutors have put out. And the backdoor conversation. This is what we are giving to you. So he lied to the people of Ghana that he was living in Chain Homes at a plot that had not been built until 2019. And he had been living there from 2017 and collected money, pocketed, and went and paid. So he has a house there on that plot now. Can I tell you more? Hanan also had a penchant for girls. He liked young girls, you know. It's okay. He's a Muslim and he can marry up to about 4. It's accepted. He was flying exorbitantly. His girlfriends, friends, S at the end, outside the nation, especially to Dubai. Time after time. And when I saw some of the documents, I was shocked. You know what he was doing in Dubai? Apart from the simurmuri and dugu, which I don't have too much of a problem with. That's a Muslim. Maybe he's going to pay bride price and he's doing his thing. That's not my concern. This is where my concern is. He went to some top designers and brands. Hanan loves watches. And he bought watches for 200,000 American dollars. 200,000 American dollars. To the point that even the designers in Dubai realized that he was a big spender and they were giving him VVIP treatment to take photos, standing by some places that are reserved for VVIPs. Can I tell you some of the brands? Are you ready? Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe. Look at the kind of watches. Patek Philippe. Hey! Audemars Piguet. Le Barassus. Come on, Baranzum. Dodo. Look at the watches. These were the brands. One watch, 200,000 American dollars. Audemars Piguet. And then he was also dealing with Vacheron Constantin. Look at the watches there. He bought these watches between 70,000 American dollars and 200,000 American dollars, according to available facts. And he became a big spender, the big boy. He went to watch modeling in Dubai. He was flying into Dubai, left, right, and center. My brother, my sister, with his slave queens, the buffer stock boss. This is Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba. Jesus have mercy. My brother, now this is why Hanan is crying. He's been slapped with an 89 million Ghana cedi theft charge. And this time round, EOCO wanted it quick. Having gathered a lot more facts. There's a guy working with Hanan called James Tieku. We won't show his photograph. But he's called James Tieku. He was working with Hanan. Hanan knew him all the way from the north, Tamale. So they knew each other. He got himself into buffer stock. And Hanan approached him and asked him to open an account. And told him that he needed him to be a supplier for buffer stock. It's illegal for you to be working at buffer stock and be a supplier to buffer stock. No, sir. But they opened the account. And the company was called Sortina. Hanan had a lot of companies, from Energy Partners to Fauza Company Limited, Alodeba Enterprise, Alkani, Fauza Ventures, and then, of course, Alodeba Foundation, and then this one here called Sortina. And prosecutors believe that he was laundering money left, right, and center. See how he did it with Sortina. He got this guy, this James guy, my brother, my sister, to open the account. And he put the James guy there. The James guy never supplied anything. Dash it away. Never supplied anything. Yet every now and then, Alodeba will call him and say, these millions are dropping in the account. Sign the check. Bring out the money to me cash. So it was just a conduit pipe for Hanan to make money. Do you understand? He used that boy. Millions passed through the account to the tune of about 89 million. Every time, go and withdraw the money. And he will not even think about bank charges. If it's 10 million that has arrived, bring me all 10 million. He wouldn't think about bank charges. And the guy was losing money. He got him to open the account. And he was using this to take money from the account, according to what prosecutors have. The guy, finally, out of the 89 million, he can only remember Hanan giving him only about 20,000 Ghana cedis. He used him. And my brother, the guy is angry. He realized that he had been used. He probably did not play his cards properly, patriotically. But whatever it is, that is why this case is different. He is the guy who is a prosecution witness against Hanan. So Hanan is going to be in court, standing face to face with his former employee. In fact, can I tell you something before we close this? The guy used to be Hanan's boss when they were in Tamale. I told you Hanan was from a poor background. Okay? He was Hanan's boss. But when Hanan got the buffer stock thing, the tables turned. He became the boss, and this guy became the subordinate. 20,000 Ghana cedis. And Hanan bagged as much as 89 million, flying his slave queens to Dubai for them to go and watch modeling and buy watches from those brands. My brother, my sister, Patek, Philippe, Audemars, Piquet, and Vacheron Constantin. Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing them well. Me, I'm used to watchless wrists. This is going to go fast. And we are expecting that in no time, this will be done. Hanan is crying that, this guy has decided that he would be a prosecution witness. And there's one more. I am happy when evil is punished. If Hanan is guilty, may he suffer for what he did against Ghana. If he is innocent, may he walk, as we say in all cases, is the black pot.
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal le Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.